this goes out to you. We met maybe about a year ago. We met a year ago, and you and I met in your office. And one of the questions you asked me, what did I want as it relates to the Landry Walker issue? You remember that? And the comment you made, and I said to you, you need to let Landry be Landry and Walker be Walker. Because I've been in this battle for 7 years. I wrote the charter. And I understand the politics. And let me tell you, so all the board members, let me just tell you, my family, my name, and all that's been ostracized. Because I've been supporting both sides of the table, hoping that you guys can come up with some consensus that will be fair and equitable. And it's not. And I have lost a lot of friends trying to help a movement that I really felt was fair, and it's not fair. And I sat here a long period of time. Jim, long time. And I have been totally humiliated in my family to watch politics happen. There's $1.7 million that is available. When you talk about 5 more years left in O'Para Walk, you're getting ready to politically, Patrick, put another school in that building. If the school is dilapidated, like you say it is, and it's not fit to do anything, why would you transition another school in? That's politics. That's real talk. Real talk, Holly. Because I've been ostracized out here. I have a friend that I've been friends with for 39 years. Don't even speak to me now. Because I'm about integrity. But y'all don't get what I get. I got a mother and a sister that won't speak to me because my sister, who's been teaching for 28 years, lost her job because of a charter movement.
Sir, we need to wrap this up.
Please, Mr. Jim, please. In fairness, please. Because I've taken a lot of heat. In fairness, I'm asking you just to give me this. Because you don't understand. Because you don't get ostracized like me. Your mother's not stopped speaking to you. Your sister's not stopped speaking to you. My family's divided right now. Because I took a stand. And to watch y'all do this is unfair. It's unfair. It's not justice.
Tell them what they need to do.
Now this is what you need to do. There's one point, and I've never asked any political person for a favor. I ran Kira's campaign based on the premises of belief. And I still believe she has integrity in her. And I still believe she believes in what is best for the children. I believe that. And I'll face anything with that. But at the end of the day, I'm asking each board member to support her to put this to bed. Patrick, this is serious. It's not right. It's not right. They have $1.7 million. And if they got 5 years left in that building, let it happen. Give them those 5 years. Landry has never been given the opportunity. They've been given the SBS score way before they got to even get to that. O'Para Walker and his greatness that it has accomplished took 6 years to get to a score that was considered basic, which was a 60. If we're going to talk facts, let's talk facts. But Jim, I'm begging you guys. You got to put a stop to this. Let these schools remain their own schools and provide the resources necessary. There is money, but it's a political movement. I wouldn't be telling y'all that if it wasn't true. I'm in both parties. I'm in both fences. I'm in both houses. I see it every day. I can say a whole lot. But I'm telling y'all it's not right. We transition a school that don't even need to go in that building. Don't even need to go in, and it's a middle school, doesn't even need to go into high school. They're making a transition. Patrick, don't do that. It doesn't have to happen, guys. Think about that. Don't, because you know what? I'm in an article that RSD couldn't even say. With the effort of taking two, same thing RSD did, took Carver and Collegiate. I'm in a magnet on the front page that we put a lot of equity in. And we fought to make something happen. Let her do it. Support her. You're putting in a minimal political war that, guess what, at the end of the day, she's not going to have anybody support next 2 years. Don't do her that. Help her. She knows what's right. Y'all know what's right. Patrick is not the best move. And let me tell you, I'm sorry, my conviction is hurting me. I got a family that don't speak to me right now. My parents don't talk to me. Y'all understand? No. Let me talk. 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 Because they don't understand it. I got a mother. Don't speak to me. Stay focused. Now I sit on this a long time. I did. Because of what I did. Now I've never begged for anything. Never. I don't have any connection to this. I didn't graduate from either school. I didn't. But it was right. That's why I can look at my sister and tell her, you don't understand what we're doing. But it's hard when she don't even speak to me. Y'all playing games. Don't do it. I'm telling you facts. No, I've never had enough time. They don't give me time when I was fighting for everything else. Give me this time. I spent equal amount of time helping Carmen and Khalid. All my time been spent there. You didn't cut me off with that time, don't cut me off right now. I've never said nothing. I've been quiet for the last year and a half. I've never said nothing. Nothing. But I'm losing sleep. I had 3 EKGs, thinking I'm having a heart attack. I've been gone. This stuff is stressful. Do the right thing. I wouldn't have said nothing, but this is right, guys. Do the right thing. It's not fair. And you told me that, you know what you told me, Pat? You said, what is yours? You said, we go find the money. That was your statement to me. In the office on Poland Avenue, you told me in the meeting, and I can prove it, that we will find Au Pair Walker money. That's a year and a half ago. You told it to me. I don't say much, but you told it to me. And I expected that because I believed it. Because know that when a person speaks to something out their mouth, that's all the man got. Give them their money. Let us fix it. I wouldn't have never said this, Jerry. I apologize, but I had to. I can't just keep sitting here. Because my family, I got to go back to that. And so y'all can stop this. At least make a recommendation to halt it, to make sure you got a clearness on it. Because both sides, what Terrence didn't say, and I respect him as well, that they don't want to merge either. So everybody has said that. So I'm just, thank you, Mr. God. I'm just asking to understand where I'm at right now today. It got personal now. It's not professional anymore. But you guys got to be the ones that just put it on heart, get a grip to it, and make it work. I'm begging you to do that. And thank you, Mr. Garvin, for your time.
All right. Well done. Next speaker is Deidre Lewis.
Okay, look, I just have 2 things to say. This man right here that just got done speaking is the one that taught me how to teach. I've been teaching at George Washington Carver High School. I was fired by this man right here, Patrick Dobar. I've been teaching our youth. I've been putting in timeless efforts, day and day and day. This stuff that y'all sitting up here saying, these people don't understand that. We have talked reasonably. Listen to me, boy. These people have talked reasonably to you. Everybody on this comment card, they have been educated. They've talked with sense, intellect, but y'all don't understand it. You need to read the book by Carter G. Woodson, Miseducation of the Negro, the second African American that graduated from Harvard University with a PhD. Listen to me. They're not listening to nothing we saying. So you know what I say? Fuck that. Don't let these kids go back to school next year in the fall. Take them out to school. We're gonna sit up here all day and talk to these people until we blue in the face. I know I need to watch my language, but fuck that. These people don't listen to nothing we saying. We didn't talk reasonably, respectfully.
Just watch the language, please.
We done been talk respectfully to them. Listen to me. When the school, okay, I'm not gonna curse. I'm not gonna say nothing else. But all I'm saying is this: they don't hear nothing we saying. Take y'all kids, put them in school, in churches, and hit them in the in their pockets. Don't send them to no recovery school district schools no more. That's all I got to say.
Next speaker is Deidre.
Thank you for turning on the mic. Thank you, Sister Deidre. Guys, hey, you heard the attorney say earlier, don't sit there and just look at us. It becomes kind of, hold on guys, it becomes kind of insulting. We need some answers tonight. Now you are hearing from the community. As a BESE board, you know officially we don't want this on Walker's side, neither Landry side. So you need to give us something to leave here with. Everybody has used diplomacy and tact, and you don't want people to take it to the next level. There's a lawsuit that's pending to be filed. I mean, why are you won't answer anything. You look at us overall like we are, like zombies. So I'm asking for something for this crowd tonight. Our leader, Kira, what can you tell us tonight? What can you tell us tonight, Kira? Don't go to the next, please. Don't do this. You're insulting.
At the end of the speakers.
Huh?
She's going to speak at the end of the speakers.
I think we should hear from everybody. I think it's disrespectful. I do.
You think what's disrespectful?
I think it's respectful to hear the cards.
Okay, because I don't want to be disrespecting you in any way. But I believe we need to hear from you tonight with clarity.
I'll give you my opinion at the end of it, but I want to make sure everybody who put a card in.
And you remember the meeting we had. So don't contradict our meeting, or I will have to say what we talked about.
Anything I've said, I will say to you, to everybody.
All right, let's go. Go right ahead, sir.
I'm Karen Harper Royal, and this situation with Landry, I've been to several of the meetings, but it really brings me back to what happened with Greater Gentilly Lake Area High School, Patrick. You know, Landry, just like us in the Gentilly community, we fought for a school in our community. There would be no Landry building if it were not for the Landry community. They fought for that school. They submitted a quick start proposal just like we did. They were given their school. They worked hard on their steering committee to develop the programs for that school just like we did in Gentilly. But then we start to hear the rumblings behind the scenes that the school is going to be, a charter is going to be put into the building. So they tell us we have to apply for our, write our own charter, apply for our own charter. Landry did that. There is a huge betrayal of the public trust going on here. Our communities have fought hard to keep our schools to rebuild after Katrina. And for an ideology, charter ideology, we are pushing children and the communities aside, and it is just wrong. Patrick, you were working to help make the so-called merger. We get pushed into merging when all we wanted was the kinds of schools we want in our community. The promises that were made for Lake Area / Greater Gentilly High School did not materialize. They're not doing a new tech model. Why would we believe any promises that are being made on behalf of some kind of merge, Landry and Walker, is going to materialize? The promises are never kept. Keep these schools separate. When a community fights hard to rebuild a school, to be a part of rebuilding their community, let that be respected. You guys claim to value choice. I'm going to be speaking on behalf of the Mays parents in a few minutes, I hope. But if you value the community's choice, parents' choice, let these schools exist separately. That plan, the master plan, initially did not call for eliminating Landry or eliminating Walker. Why does it do that now? You as the board can stop this, put a stop to it. Let these schools exist independently. If you need to close something, you don't accept any more charters for opening up new schools on the West Bay. Don't do this to this community.
The next speaker is Yvette.
Good evening, BESE Board, and thank y'all for traveling so far to come down tonight. I am a 5th generation LB Landry graduate, and I also have my youngest son who is an Au Pair Walker graduate of 2002. But I know time has been far-fetched, but I had to come and give Miss Carolyn Hills her kudos tonight. Yes. Sister, you rock. And I will end by saying to my other sister, are you up, are you down? Ms. Jones, I know you're not listening, but I need to know from you tonight. You're my representative. You know me from Sage Street Strong Community. You know we fight hard. And all I want to say is my representative tonight, after all what you have heard, all I want to know, Kira, are you down for us or you not?
The next speaker is
You know, I've always heard they say money changes people. You know, I've always heard them say what goes up must come down. You know, I'm a graduate of Landry. I ran for governor of Louisiana in 1990, okay, against David Duke and Neville Evans. Okay. I could have lost my life, okay, but the courage that I learned from Landry High School made me go forward, okay. So what I'm trying to say is that Bobby Jindal is behind all of this. Amen. Okay? And you, I don't want to say bad about y'all. Y'all just front people, okay? The bottom line is that the attorney for this group has to file an injunction, take it to court, prove that this is unconstitutional against the 14th Amendment, and this is the reason the 14th Amendment came about, because of a situation like this. Okay? Now, if you look at the ancestry of Oliver Perry Walker, if you type it in on the computer, grave site, she's nothing but a rebel flag flying. So, you talk about bringing the name. I'm saying the name. I ain't saying nothing about these children or the fellas. You talk about bringing the name Oliver Perry Walker into a black community by a free black man, Dr. Lord Beaconsfield Landry, and gonna put it next to his name? That's like saying you're gonna bring Adolf Hitler's name, take it to De La Salle High School, the Alice Forshit area. You know what those Jews gonna think? And I don't know, maybe a couple of you guys up here may be Jewish. Y'all ain't gonna let no Adolf Hitler name come in there. So what I'm trying to say is, you know, I don't have nothing against this family. Oliver Perry Walker family, the student body, family. Yeah. But the name Oliver Perry Walker, it can't come in the black neighborhood. Now, y'all want the building. I know you want the building. But push come to shove, there's a couple blocks down. We're not gonna forget the way Dr. Landry and the black preacher started. If we got to do that all over again, we'll let y'all have the building, and we just bring CNN and news in.
The next speaker is Cheryl.
Good evening. My name is Cheryl and I am a teacher currently at O'Perry Walker High School that I also coach. And I wrote down my name to comment just because, you know, I've come to several meetings and I just hear people back and forth. And it bothers me that these are people who've never been at that school to see the children interact, and they come and they tell you guys these things. And it's just not true. You know, I'm there and I see the kids. I coach volleyball. There are about 30 young ladies from LB Landry that signed up that said they wanted to play volleyball. They've been coming and, you know, they talk about us going there. During this entire process, Mr. Davis and the administrators who've been doing this, they've gone out of their way to try to make sure that things were as equal as possible. So what they did was we practiced 2 days at Walker, you practiced 2 days at Landry. That's what we're doing there. We're not there, you know, trying to do whatever to the building. We're there because, okay, so our kids will go there 2 days, their kids come to Walker 2 days. That's all that is. And I just don't, you know, down to the mascot, you know, we're the Chargers, they're the Buccaneers. They have tried to put everything together that they could. And I just think, you know, like I said, they're telling all this stuff, but it's just not happening. I'm there with kids. I brought a kid home from Landry today. And the young lady came up, you know, was like, you know, I'm really glad that you're taking time to work with me because this isn't what was happening last year. And I just think that a lot of us are losing sight of that. That's the bottom line. And if you come there, like I said, you talk to those kids, I didn't make her come. I said, you know, she said, well, I want to play. You know, I heard y'all were good. And, they, you know, these are things that they want to do. And like I said, they keep thinking that I don't know what they think we're going to do to these kids. Every year at O'Perry Walker, we get new students. We don't bully them because they're new students. You know what I'm saying? I I just don't understand, what do they think we're gonna do to those kids? And like I said, and it's kids that we're dealing with. I don't teach any savages. I haven't dealt with any savages from Landry that have been coming over to participate in extracurricular activities. So I'm just not sure, I think they're basing this, it's running off emotion, but it's just not true and it's not happening. Because like I said, I'm there every day. I don't leave Walker until about 8 or 9 o'clock, whatever time it is that we're leaving, and there's not a fight happening. There's not any of this stuff happening. That's what I said. And I just want the truth to be told about it. Those kids aren't doing anything. Now, on the adult side, there may be some issues, but the kids aren't. And we aren't doing anything to these kids that, that any other teacher would do or coach or whatever.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
The next speaker is Ashana.
Good afternoon again. I wasn't going to speak, but I worked with, over the last 8 or 9 months, I worked with children from all over the city. I worked with children from all over the city who are sick and tired of not being heard, who are sick and tired of not having educational excellence. And I know some of you are tired just as I am. I have a 2-year-old at home who really wants his mom home. But I'm here, I never went to Landry. Excuse me, I never went there as a student. I've gone to Landry many times. I didn't graduate from Walker. I graduated from John F. Kennedy, which is a school that was never rebuilt. Okay, so let me say that. I'm not paid by anybody at Walker. I'm not paid by anybody at Landry. I am not an ex-Buccaneer, nor ex-whatever Walker's land. So I'm not in the game of trying to keep some school. I'm here on behalf of children who I've spoken to, who are distraught because they are not being heard. Before I came to speak, I went and talked to Landry students, and I said, you know what? A lot of people are here saying a lot of things. What do you want? What they would like is to keep their school their school. They want resources for Landry and resources for Walker. That's what they want. And as adults, pre-Katrina, who got almost $2 billion for schools in New Orleans, we should be able to provide that for them. Again, I have no agenda. I don't work at any of these schools, so 2 people came up here who work at these schools and said they talk to children. I don't work at these schools, but I also talk to children. And if you want, I can provide you with their names and phone numbers after I call them. They will tell you themselves, as they called Ms. Hill, and they called Lali, and the reason they didn't call you Kira, because they did not feel you were listening to them at the BESE meeting, at Sophie Wright, when they told you, and the rest of the BESE board that was there, that they weren't being heard, they want their schools, and they want excellence. So that's all I have to say. If you really care about children, actually hear what they have said to you before, hear what they are saying to you now, and do the right thing. Thank you.
Superintendent Dobard, I want you to help me think through what the consequences would be of different choices. So if we were to say tonight that there's to be no merger between Walker and Landry, what would the consequences of that decision be?
Well, one, the merger is a part of the 2011 amendment to the master plan, which is approved by OPSB and BESE. So one, and I would need to make certain that you would, check with your legal and with the BESE board and make sure we're accurate on the policy. So I want to preface it with that. But knowing that if it's something that's done in the master plan and has been approved by both boards, then the decision was based off of the facility plan. And so with that, there's a new Carr High School that's being built on the West Bank. You already have the Walker building.
Guys, I need to hear him. This is really tough for me, and I need to hear everything he says. I'm taking notes, and I'm going to think as hard as I can about it. Thank you.
Okay, and so with that, you have the new Carr High School that was approved also in the master plan. And we also have within that, the idea that was approved again by BESE and OPSB, was to merge Walker and Landry in the Landry building, where there's capacity, and what we've done over the last, I guess, year and a half is what we would say almost get the size to where all the students would fit comfortably in the building. And so that's been done. What also has happened is the building, Old Perry Walker's building, will be used as swing space. So what swing space means is that there are other schools in the city that will be getting renovations, refurbishment, or schools built new. But while that's happening, in a renovation, you need to go into a building in temporary space. So the swing space for Walker, at Walker, is for Tubman, which is a West Bank school, with Crescent City Schools. They are scheduled to move in January 2014 for that school. So those are West Bank kids, and those kids will be temporarily housed there while their facility at Tubman, which I was there recently, had a great opportunity to be with the students. That school will be renovated. And then after that, there's just a series of renovations and refurbishments in the queue of the master plan, where things just sort of move based off school gets a renovation done, they move out the building, they'll go to swing space, etc. And so with that, summer school has already started. For Walker students, it is already happening at the Landry building along with Landry students. Walker has already officially taken over the building. They have the keys and they've started moving or being a part of the building. The management of the remaining RSD contracts until the end date of the fiscal year. So we have those contracts that we will honor out that, that was already existing, whether it was for services or that sort of thing that end on June 30th. But some of those contracts have already been transferred to Walker. So they're essentially managing the school as per the directive of BESE. And then additionally, I would just add that, again, in the facilities master plan, the demographics showed that we had too many seats on the West Bank, and a continued investment in the older facility wasn't something that the community, not just anything that was done unilaterally, but as you may be aware, that master plan was vetted with just scores of meetings, public meetings, to where it got into that final state. And so basically the decision was to move students that are in the Walker building into the Landry building to fully utilize a school that had improved dramatically academically, along with a school that wasn't able to fill a building to capacity. And then so you have all of these. You have all of these things that have already been in motion, not only just for like the last few months, but over the last couple of years. And so from a perspective of what the board and what your options may be, I just wanted to be able to lay out just some of those things that, when you look at the situation and you want to make a decision on, how you would like to proceed, those are all the things that are in play right now.
When was this decision made?
When?
Yeah.
In 2011, the master plan was finalized.
So what if, let's say not stop. So that's one thing. Mm-hmm. What if we were to say delayed? Would there be any consequences to that?
I think you have.
What would the consequences be?
Then some of the consequences would be, if it's delayed, I would need you to explain, in your mind, what that actually looks like. Because summer school has to go on, right? So we can't stop summer school and kids are already in the building having summer school.
Okay, so you would say,
that
your request to me would be, don't change a situation that's currently existing for kids, which is specifically summer school. That's really complicated, and we're serving kids in summer school right now. Okay, how can you define delay otherwise?
Well, I think that would be up to the board's discretion. So I think if you would say that you want summer school activities to continue as is, but you want a delay on if there's furniture moves, if there's equipment moves, if there's printing of uniforms, if there's students in one app in the enrollment system that have already put this as their choice, and 380 some odd students have selected this school as their school of choice, then you're telling them that, hold up, and then they're in limbo. And as the gentleman said, we only have 75 days before the start of school, and I don't know any parent who doesn't want to know, or to change that. And we just finished round 2. We'll have another round, and we'll be able to help try to place parents, but you would just have this